Have you ever been part of a major enterprise software upgrade? If you have, you know that feeling, right? The endless planning meetings, the mounting pressure, and, of course, that dreaded downtime window. But what if there was a way to get all the amazing benefits of a brand new system with none of the pain? Well, today, we're going to dig into a modern approach that promises to do just that. So let's just cut right to the chase. Do you, in your organization, need to upgrade your core content management system without bringing your entire business to a grinding halt? If you're nodding your head right now or even just thinking, man, I wish, then you're in the right place. We're about to break down exactly how that's possible. This problem is so common, it's got a name. The Enterprise Upgrade Dilemma. Sounds a little dramatic, I know, but it's a massive challenge that pretty much every large organization has to face. And believe me, it is notoriously difficult to solve. Okay, first things first. Just so we're all on the same page here, the platform we're talking about is officially called OpenText Extended ECM. Now, depending on how long you've been in the game, you probably know it by its other names, like LiveLink or Content Server. It's all the same powerful system, just with a newer name tag. So why are these upgrades such a headache? Well, it's because they are so much more than just a technical task. There are these massive, complex projects that force you to make really tough calls about years, sometimes even decades of accumulated content. And you have to do it all under absolutely immense time pressure. And that pressure, that's exactly what leads to all the risks of the traditional way of doing things. Let's take a look at where the real pain points for businesses and for IT teams really start to show up. All right, check this out. With the traditional path, if you're on an older version, you can't just leapfrog to the latest release. No way. You're forced into these multiple hops, upgrading from one version to the next, to the next. And every single hop means more scheduled downtime, more risk, and yep, more cost. It's this long, slow, expensive journey. But what if there was another way? We'll come back to that empty column in a minute. And if we dig a little deeper, these are the hurdles that trip everybody up. Production outages are the big one, right? The business just stops. But then you've got to worry about incompatible features, you never have enough people to work on it, and you're always stuck in that battle between what the business needs right now versus paying down your technical debt. It's a super stressful balancing act. Okay, but what if you could just sidestep that entire dilemma? Just avoid it. That's where a modern solution comes into play, and it completely changes the game. So let's shift gears from all the problems and start talking about the possibilities. So the solution is this really clever combination of a proven methodology and purpose-built software. It's called Syntergy's Upgrade Accelerator, and it was designed from the ground up to tackle every single one of those hurdles we just talked about. Remember our comparison from a minute ago? Let's fill in that other side. With the accelerator path, those multiple hops, that becomes a single hop. All that scheduled downtime, that becomes zero downtime. And the high risk and high cost? You guessed it, way lower risk and way lower cost. The difference here is just stark. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a completely different way of thinking about an upgrade. Now that all sounds fantastic, but how does it actually work? How does it deliver those results? Let's pop the hood and see what's really going on. The headline benefit, the big number you need to remember, is this one, 0, as in zero downtime. The secret sauce is that the methodology keeps your users online and productive through the entire process. It does this by running the old and the new systems in parallel, so your mission-critical content is always accessible. There is no big bang cutover weekend of chaos. And here is that single hot migration in a picture. The traditional path is like taking a series of connecting flights. It's slow, it's inefficient, and there's a risk of something going wrong at every single stop. The accelerator path, that's like a direct, nonstop flight straight to your final destination. It saves just an immense amount of time, complexity, and, of course, money. And this is where an upgrade transforms from being a chore into a real strategic opportunity. With the systems running side by side, you can refresh your hardware, change your database vendor, totally reorganize your content libraries, all with zero impact to your users. You can even train people on the new system before they're officially moved, which makes that final switch totally seamless. And look, don't just take my word for it. This is what it looks like in the real world. This feedback from a client, Oventive, it really highlights just how flexible this approach is. It's not some rigid, one-size-fits-all process. It's about being responsive to the unique needs of a really complex program. So, with all that in mind, the big question is, well, is this the right solution for you and for your team? Let's get into the specifics so you can decide for yourself. All right, for all the technical folks watching, here are the high-level specs. It supports all the standard browsers you'd expect. It works with a huge range of server versions, going all the way back to LiveLink 9.x on both Unix and Windows. And it plays nice with all the major database platforms: Oracle, SQL Server, SAP HANA, and Postgres. So let's bring it all home with a final checklist. If you find yourself nodding along to these questions, if you need to upgrade without downtime, if you want to migrate from a legacy system in one single hop, if you'd love to restructure or refresh your infrastructure during the upgrade, and if you want to train users and move business units over at your own pace, well, then this approach was literally built for you. So we'll leave you with this one thought. For years, the traditional view of an upgrade is that it's just this big, scary obstacle to overcome. But what if that could change? What if your next upgrade could become a strategic opportunity to improve your whole infrastructure, empower your users, and truly modernize your business? Something to think about. Thanks for watching.